Welcome to the Leadership Purpose with Dr. Robin podcast. I'm your host, Robin L. Owens, PhD, and this is where we dive in each week to give advice, tools, and tips for high-achieving, purpose-minded women who've written nonfiction books and want to amplify their message beyond the book. I'm a college professor, and when I'm not doing that, I am speaking, coaching, mentoring, and teaching high-achieving women who have written books how to use their books to make a bigger difference, have more impact, and purpose. Okay, let's dive in. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Leadership Purpose with Dr. Robin podcast. I'm so glad you're here and listening to the podcast. And as I say almost every episode, and I'll say it again, I so appreciate you for listening in with all you're doing in a busy life and work schedule, and take time to listen into the podcast. I really appreciate you. Now, today, I'm talking with Madeline Faiella. Now, let me tell you a little bit about Madeline. She's the author of the book, Master the Power of Self-Confidence, 5 Steps to Inner Growth, Business, and Prosperity. And she is not only an author, but she's a speaker and a strategic life coach. She helps mid-career and senior professionals change their mindset and strategy, find clarity, manage stress, and get into harmony with their lives. Welcome, Madeline Faiella.
Ooh, thank you. I'm so excited to be here. This is wonderful.
I'm so glad you're here. It took us a while to get our schedules together, but we made it.
I wish everyone could see your beautiful smile.
Well, thank you. All right.
You are welcome.
I just introduced you a little bit, but why don't you tell everybody in your own words about you and the work you do?
Thank you so much, Robin. It was a beautiful introduction. Thank you. I'm really a chameleon. I am so much a chameleon. My background is varied, and I've lived about 3 lives. For 25 years, I sang professionally, traveled the world, and crazy. I have a fear of heights, but I sang on top of the World Trade Tower in the wind, thinking I was going to be a splat. But part of that experience helped me understand that when we focus on other people, our problems are smaller. But I won't go into that now. I also suffered a 2-year depression, losing my identity when I did stop singing. Overcame that, went back to university, worked in the legal field as an executive paralegal for 18 years. And all along, mediating and being that person that people would call, what do I do? What do I do? Okay, at some point I said, I'm going to dive into this. Number one, to learn about myself. I went into self-development. And as I'm an artist, I first went into art licensing. After 18 months, I said, now we're going to certify as a coach. So that's how this all happened. I've always been interested in the brain. I've always been interested in the difference between the brain and the mind. And as a creative, pretty much everything, I'm curious. So I like everything. The only thing is I can't add. When it comes to numbers, Robin, forget it. But I'm a great writer. I enjoy it. And I'm also an author, a speaker. I help people with strategy. I'm a New Jersey girl, been all over the world, but that Northeastern is still in this little Sicilian body.
I can understand that because although I live in Los Angeles, I'm from Connecticut. So I have for anybody from the Northeast.
Right? I love it.
Yes. And so, all right. So you mentioned your book, and I mentioned the title when we started. Tell us more about the book. Tell us the main message, and I'll just repeat the title here. Master the Power of Self-Confidence. Now, who doesn't want that? So tell us about the main message of the book.
So since whatever you're reading. And then when the book was published, I changed it to Master the Power of Confidence, how to position yourself to be yourself.
Ooh.
Yes. And the reason I talked about confidence is because I was a high achiever with low self esteem. Imagine being on stage singing to celebrities and royalty, and you're just in your own zone, and it's like nothing can touch you. People are coming to see you from different countries, and yet on your own, you're choosing unhealthy relationships. You're not confident in yourself. You've been gifted multiple talents, and you still have limiting beliefs, self doubt. Why am I not doing yada, yada, yada? And I thought, you know what? We all go through stuff. And your stage or someone else's stage, you in general, can be a mom, can be someone interviewing for a job. Your stage can be calling someone up to go out on a date. Your stage could be the boardroom, or you could be the professor at school, you know, and everyone's on a stage. We're on a stage in online at the grocery store. So I thought about it and I said, we can be confident. I learned, and confidence comes with skill sets. We have to want it and we have to practice it. It's a matter of consistency and discipline. And the beauty of it is this, Robin. For your listeners, I just want to say this, that no one is confident 24/7, 365. The reason for that is because we're human beings and life happens.
Yes.
Now, if you're basically a confident person and you learn the skills and you implement exercises that help, you cope with life a little differently. That's all the difference is. It's kind of like, I think I heard Tony Robbins say this once. If you go to a plastic surgeon and they change something that's just like an eighth of an inch, makes a big difference. It's the same thing with our mindset. One little baby change makes a huge difference. So look in the mirror, tell yourself you're great. No arrogance. Tell yourself you're great. God put us here to be great in his name. God put us here in his image. I doubt that he would put us here in his image and think that he made a mistake. So our responsibility is to have some confidence in who we are. I really believe it's a responsibility. And my purpose for this book was to be very, very open with people. I talk about the depression. I talk about my achievements, my fails, my flops, my falls. Girl, I have hit so many walls, my forehead is flat, but I'm still standing and I share because I want, especially young women today, learn to think for yourself, learn to be outside of a trend. Learn to be your past. If you don't feel like you fit in, create your own way. If you feel that people aren't giving you what you need, ask yourself what you need and give it to yourself.
Yes.
Stand out by speaking up. And I also want to add to that, silence is the loudest speak up we have, if that can make sense to you.
It does. It does make sense. So tell us, give us an example of when silence might be better than speaking up as a way of standing out.
One of the things is I love to listen, and for us to be at our potential, our highest potential, we need to be observers. When I was working in the law firm, someone taught me you need to know what's going on at all times. It's just the nature of the culture of a legal firm and how things work, right? So you're always supposed to know what's going on, and that applies to life. So I believe that let everyone speak, be a great listener, a superb listener. because somewhere along the line, someone's going to come back with a question and you're going to be the one with the answer when you were the one that said nothing. Be quiet so that when you do speak, people hear you. Be in silence because it's more powerful than trying to overpower.
Yeah.
Be in silence because you're confident and you have nothing to prove.
Yes. Yes. That makes a lot of sense. Now, many of our listeners, most of the listeners are authors, high achieving women who are authors,
Oh, and I love it.
coaches and trainers, particularly who are authors. So, what would you say, as they're listening, what would you say was your greatest joy as an author?
Oh, wow. The healing. So it's two things for me, the healing and the joy of thinking that it could help someone else heal. And also, I have to add to that, as I wrote, I grew. As I look back at it, I go, okay, let's do another one. Let's grow. Let's do more. And now I help other people write, and I have so much fun pulling their stories out of them
Mm.
very gently.
Yes, I guess that's the way you would have to get it out, is very gently.
Very gently, you just allow them to, you be the mirror that they need, and just let them know that what they're looking at shines, and what they're looking at could have a lot of powerful messages, and it may have sadness. We grow because of challenges. That's like what we say at the beginning of our conversation. Life happens,
Yes, yes,
right? Had I not had challenges, I would have never written the book,
right. That's true. That's true.
right?
And lots of
Had
times,
I not have challenges, I would have never written the book. And one of the things that I had fun with is I have a really good sense of humor. I get that from my parents, and I'm so glad. Um, I had to laugh at myself as I wrote down some of the things that I've been through, and I went, I can't believe you're still here.
that you're still here, then sounds like it's a testament to your
Yes.
resilience.
Oh, yes. And I want to say to your audience, we're all resilient. Give yourself credit. It doesn't need to be huge. Go out and do something that you want to do. Have the confidence to take a step out of being comfortable. Robin, often people think that in order to be significant in life, you have to create the computer or an iPhone or no. You get out of bed, I'm already giving you a standing ovation. You get out of bed in today's age, you got a story going on. That's it. It's that simple. Put it to paper. Express yourself. The more we express, the healthier we become. If we don't express what we're feeling, everything is energy, and that energy wants a place to go. And it comes into form. Often it'll come into dis-ease. If we don't express in writing a book, I mean, you're talking to a singer, singing, dancing, writing a book. I do artwork. It's like you have to express the chefs that are like artists in the kitchen, moms that know exactly how to make their children happy. That's a beautiful thing.
It is. It is.
It's a beautiful thing. And in society, it's unfortunate that labels have misled many people to understand who they really are. If you're not such and such, I don't care. You get up and you wipe that baby's tear, you're significant in my book. You do not have to carve out Mount Rushmore to be significant in life. We wake up, we are already okay.
Yes.
Anything after that is a bonus. And in my book, I also give and share the things that I did to learn to be confident. I talk about mental exercises. We need mental strength. We've been told many stories, and not to sound cliche, we need to burn those stories. unless they make us feel terrific. The only memories I want are good memories.
Yes.
And yeah, right? You
Yeah.
only want good memories.
I'm with you. I want good memories. Learn from those that aren't, but keep the good ones to keep moving forward for sure.
Keep the good ones to moving forward. Yes.
Yes. Now, the podcast is leadership purpose. So now I want to turn our attention to talking about purpose. And we talked a little bit before we started recording,
Yes.
but let's say
Right.
now for the listeners, in your opinion, is it important to have a sense of purpose in your work? And if so, why? If not, why not?
I think it's important to have a sense of purpose in your life, period. And in your work, it's a joy and a gift from God if you can find purpose in it. And I'll tell you why I feel that way. When we feel we have purpose, I know I can talk for me, I feel fulfilled. I feel fulfilled. I feel like I'm doing something for a reason. Okay. Whether that reason's right or wrong, whether 99 people like it or don't, makes no difference. As long as I'm one with God and I feel like I'm doing something that is purposeful in my life, I'm good. When it comes to my work, like here's an example. I'm editing a book and coaching someone at the same time to get the story out. And when I go into her story, there's purpose. I want her story to be read, to be understood, and to help people. I want to make her words bounce off the page. I know her and I put her through the words that she's expressing. And I love doing that. And that's purpose in your work. So when I was singing, when I would grab that mic to sing a song, I was in the zone. That's purpose. We all have purpose. I may get up and I may just want to have that cup of coffee. It's so nice. That's purpose. Not everything has to be huge and humongous. The key is to be present, be yourself, be as purposeful as possible with everything that you do, with self care, knowing that your mind is not your brain. You run your mind, and your mind runs your brain, except for its intrinsic destinies that it has. And life is so easy, but we make it so complex. So purpose simples down life.
There it is. Madeline, this has been such a joy talking to you, and I can talk to you about purpose all day and all night. But I know we don't have all day and all night. But I'm guessing there's some people who might want to hear more about you and the work you do or get your book. So where can they be in touch with you?
Well, right now, the simplest way to get in touch with me, because I am a rebranding, is to literally reach out to me on Facebook, on LinkedIn, or DM me, and I will even give you my email. So the email is F as in Frank, AIELLA, the numbers 51 at gmail.com. That's my last name, 51 at gmail.com. You can find me on Amazon at Madeline Faiella, Master the Power of Confidence. Reach me on Facebook, pop in Madeline Faiella. Go to LinkedIn, pop in Madeline Faiella, and I am there. Once you're there, DM me, reach out, and be sure to tell me that Robin was the liaison to our meeting.
Okay, Madeline, for sure. And make sure we put that in the show notes so people could have it there too. It's been such a joy to talk to you and experience your delightful spirit. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you for having me. This has been wonderful. And if I may, real quick, let your audience know that should they want to talk to me, we will pick up the phone and have a conversation.
That's wonderful and very generous. Okay, everyone, that's our episode for today. And if you want to hear more from me or you want to know more about me, you can reach me on my website, RobinLOwens.com, RobinLOwens.com, or you can reach out to me at your favorite social media site at Robin L. Owens, PhD, at Robin L. Owens, PhD. And if you have happened to have written a book and you're thinking, I want to really get my message out even further, and you want to turn your book into a course, head on over to my free video series that teaches you how to turn your book into a masterful course. And you can find that on my website, createmasterfulcourses.com, createmasterfulcourses.com. And until next time, this is Dr. Robin.
Thank you for tuning in to this episode of the Leadership Purpose with Dr. Robin podcast. If you enjoyed it, head on over and rate and subscribe so you never miss an episode. New episodes drop every week, and I can't wait to hang out with you again soon. Meanwhile, this is Dr. Robin signing off. See you next time.